Hey guys, what's up? It's Samantha, and I have tried to do this voiceover like 6 different times, and I am so out of shape when it comes to doing voiceovers. I feel like I've never done this before, even though I've been doing this for years, but it's been so long since I've done a plan with me. I feel like a total newbie. So, we're just gonna go for it, and I'm gonna probably be a rambly mess because I have so many thoughts and feelings going on right now. But I'm very excited because this is the last spread of 2022, which really doesn't mean anything at this point because I didn't memory keep this whole year. I didn't even do my normal the planner just for me that I have always done. I've always had one where I filmed, and then a planner that I've done for myself so that I can write down some more personal details, things I don't necessarily want to share on the internet and stuff. And I did not do that this year at all, other than the first few months of the year, which has been a bummer. I've really missed planning, and I've been very mindful about getting kind of all of my ducks in a row to be able to start memory keeping and doing a plan with me every single week, because I really miss making videos. I really miss planning, and I just haven't had the space or time to do the things that bring me joy and are kind of creative outlets. That's just stuff that's kind of gone by the wayside with all of the moving and the house chaos and all of that stuff. So that is something that I'm definitely going to be doing in the new year. I have a lot of plans for all of the different kinds of videos I want to film. And I'm just really excited to get back into it and to have a more consistent, reliable upload schedule and be more serious about my videos again. I feel like I was very serious about prioritizing my videos for many, many years. And then the last couple years, I just had no routine. Every week was just a fresh new disaster, so much chaos, just no consistency in any aspect of my life. So I've been trying to get back into all of my good habits and routines, because not having routine is really, really hard on me. And I really miss having the space and time to do the things that I find intellectually and creatively fulfilling. So I am going to be consistently starting with the spread after this one. So the week of December 26th through January 1st. I am planning on doing a plan with me from that week all the way through 2023. I'm going to hopefully have a consistent upload schedule and upload a plan with me at the same time on the same day every single week of 2023. That's my goal, and I've been doing a lot to make sure I am able to do that in the new year. So I'm giving you guys a bonus Christmas video just because I really wanted to get to use a Christmas kit this year. I just haven't used any Christmas kits really for the last few years because I haven't really done my personal planner or memory keeping. And if I have, then it's usually kind of trickled off by the end of the year. So I have all these Christmas spreads and I haven't gotten to use them. So I wanted to do Christmas. We're doing Christmas. This is a bonus video. And then starting next week, we're going to have all the consistent planner stuff going on. And I have lots of other content, bookish stuff, doing kit lineup videos. I actually think I'm going to film, after I'm done doing this, I'm going to film my first haul in years, which is so weird. I used to do those. That was bread and butter of my channel, was doing planner hauls, and I just haven't filmed one in a really long time. So I have a big pile of Happy Meal that I haven't opened over the holidays, and I'm very excited to do that. So there's going to be a lot of stuff coming from me in the new year, and I'm just excited to get back to it. So this kit is just called Christmas, I think, and I believe this is the reformat from last year. I think she reformatted it again this year, and I know there have been other years because I used this a few years ago for my Christmas week. I can't remember exactly what year, but I know I've used this art before. So I think this is the reformat from last year. And I'm pretty sure, I said, I think she reformatted it again this year. But like I said, I have so many Christmas kits because I just haven't done my planner stuff consistently in so long. But I'm really glad that I decided to do a Christmas spread. I love good, classic, traditional Christmas colors. I love the Simply Gilded washi I pulled in with this. That cardinal washi on the bottom matches this kit so perfectly. It's been a very weird year for memory keeping. I memory kept from January until the end of May, I think, or like May 22nd. So I didn't do the last week in May. And then I did the week of Halloween and the first week in November, and then nothing until Christmas. So that's how 2022 went. But I'm glad that I did get to use this, and I love like all of the foil and these kind of patterned foil overlays. I'm really excited for all of like the new kind of bougie box patterns that Andrea's coming out with. I know Planna Hannah has like a ton of different stuff, but I get overwhelmed when there's like too many planner shops I'm buying from regularly. So I keep seeing like cute stuff and then just being like overwhelmed and not really like buying anything or keeping up with new releases from anyone. And I pretty much, other than like buying stuff from ScribblePrintsCo, I have not been buying a whole lot of planner stuff at all because I haven't really been planning. So I haven't really bought too many character stickers or like that kind of stuff. But I'm kind of excited to get back into the planning world, and I feel like so much has changed in the last couple of years, and there's so many new shops and like so many new things that I should try. So maybe I'll do some of that and do some haul videos and stuff. But yeah, so starting on Monday, I had my coffee and I read, and I love these Fox and Cactus Christmas girls. They're just like so cute, and I love that they match this kit so perfectly. And then this was like a cleaning and organization day. I did a bunch of like deep cleaning stuff around the house. And then I organized, I had like some like Happy Mail that I hadn't put kits away and all that kind of stuff. And then I also had some stuff from when we moved that I had just shoved inside of like the pockets in my planners, kits that I had pulled, foil I had pulled for spreads that I never ended up doing. So I took everything out. I also found 2 spreads that I had pulled all of the icons for, and I didn't have it in me to just throw them out or to put them back. So I ended up doing those 2 spreads like over the next few days. I just did them off camera. Those were like the last couple May memory keeping spreads I did. And then I just like planned in my office and like watched YouTube. I brought my iPad in here and watched YouTube while I planned, and it felt like old times. I haven't done that in so long. And then Tuesday, I was in here planning in the morning, and I heard mice skittering over the ceiling above my office. There's like a crawl space. Luckily, they're not like in the house, but there's a crawl space kind of thing above all of the bedrooms, and they are definitely up there. So luckily, pest control was able to come out same day and start treating stuff. And then I read like a bunch in the afternoon, and then Joe picked up Raising Cane's on his way home from work, and then I planned and filmed a bunch of stuff in the evening, which was really nice. Lots of planning going on this week. I had not been planning pretty much at all before this week, so it was just like nice to get to play with my stickers again. Wednesday, I woke up, had my coffee, and planned, and then pest control came back out because they like didn't have enough traps when they came out on Tuesday, so they came out with more for the interior stuff, SPC new releases, and then I talked to my friend Caitlin for a little bit in the afternoon, which was really nice. We hadn't gotten caught up in a very long time, so we chatted for a while, and it's really nice. We've known each other since we were little kids, so it's just like always really nice to get caught up. And then I just chilled out. Like I did all of my things that I've not done very often over the last like months, year. I put on an audiobook, I poured myself a glass of wine, and I played in my planner, and then I kind of moved over into the living room and watched YouTube and just like chilled and did all of my favorite things. I'm kind of getting caught up on some of my booktube faves because I basically stopped watching everyone on YouTube. I barely read this year, and I like wasn't in my planner. I wasn't listening to audiobooks. Like even when I was reading, I hardly like, that used to be part of how I read so much, is I would plan and I would listen to audiobooks while I was planning. And obviously I still read a lot physically, but I hadn't listened to an audiobook and planned in probably almost a year. So felt good to get back to myself. Then Thursday, I had so many grocery pickups, like Walmart, Kroger, Giant Eagle, and then there was like my Kroger pickup was just totally botched, and because the storm was coming in, so it was 2 days before, or the 22nd, it was 3 days before Christmas, and there was like that huge winter storm coming in, so the grocery stores were bonkers, so I had to go into Kroger because all the stuff that they like said they didn't have, that they didn't fulfill in my order, was on the shelves, and I had to like wait at the deli to get like ham and Swiss for these like ham and Swiss sliders I was making for Christmas Eve at my parents' house, and it was hellacious. Like, the deli was a nightmare. It took me, like, I was the second person in line, and it took me over a half an hour to get the two things I wanted. I feel bad. They were really understaffed. It was just so chaotic, so many people. So it was, like, pretty hellacious, but I survived. And then I talked to my mom, and then I just, like, read and watched YouTube the rest of the day, chilled out, because I knew we had a lot going on, going into, like, all the holiday stuff. So then Friday was a snow day. It iced really badly, like it poured rain Thursday night, and then the temperature dropped. It felt like with wind, it was like negative 30 Fahrenheit outside or something like that. It was really bad. So it was just like a sheet of ice. So Joe didn't go to work. He did telepsych from the basement all day. So he hadn't worked from home like at our house, like since we moved. A couple of times in the apartment he had to, because like the power was out at their office. But yeah, it was nice. We got to have lunch together, and I read a bunch and chilled. I opened up, finally, Joe got me Legos for my birthday. I finally opened up the box of Legos. So I've had it sitting there for like over 2 months. Finally started doing that, listened to my audiobook. I baked bread rolls for the sliders for Christmas Eve. And then I had to wrap all of the gifts now that we have, like nieces and nephews on both sides of the family. There's lots of toys for kids to wrap. And so Joe helped me with that. And then we watched Home Alone while we were wrapping. And then we came upstairs and watched like the original animated, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which is like my favorite Christmas movie. I have the whole thing memorized, and I know I have the book memorized, and I have the movie memorized, and I know all of the differences between both of them. So yeah, it's like one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. So I watched that. It's the only time I've watched it this year. So it was nice to get to watch it. We couldn't find the DVD, and then we realized it was in our Blu-ray player, like, which luckily we hadn't donated it, but it was sitting in the basement. And so we had to plug it in. We opened up the case, the DVD case where the Grinch would be, and then it was not in the case. And we're like, oh crap. And then we had to go down to the basement and find our old Blu-ray player. And luckily, like I said, we hadn't donated it. But then on, what's that, Saturday? Yes, Saturday was Christmas Eve. I was so stressed out. I was like basically crying like all Saturday morning. And I'm not a big crier. I was just like so overwhelmed. I kept like, I wasn't like sobbing or anything, but I just kept like, my eyes would like well up, and I would have to be like, you know, like fanning my face. I was just so stressed out about like all of the stuff. I had a bunch of food to prepare for like Christmas Eve, and there was just a lot going on. And I was just overwhelmed with how many like social obligations we had planned. So I was stressed. I had my coffee and played balloons with Joe in the morning, and then I showered and got ready and like did my makeup and everything really early. And then I like had to prep all of the food that I was taking to my parents' house for Christmas Eve. And then the roads were really, really slippery. My parents kind of live like out in the country, so it's a lot of back roads, and it was pretty bad. My brother actually like slid off the road earlier that day, like outside of my parents' neighborhood. He had to get towed out of a ditch. So the roads were really bad. So it took like forever to get to my parents' house, but we got there. We had fun. And like just my youngest brother was there because my other brother was with his wife's family for Christmas Eve, and Christmas. So then on Sunday, was Christmas. Joe and I had gone to bed pretty early the night before. So we like just woke up and had like a really slow like Christmas morning, just like cuddled and hung out. And then we played a bunch of balloons together and chilled out. I was having like really bad from like the stress probably. I have like issues with IBS that really it hasn't been that much of an issue in the last few years. I used to like every time I'd get stressed out, I'd have like bad like stomach and like GI issues. And I had really, really bad like stomach issues on Christmas. I actually didn't eat Christmas dinner. I went upstairs and laid down in my in-laws' house because I was so like nauseous and just having like a lot of intestinal pain. So yeah, it was fine. I like actually fell asleep for a little bit and like the nap helped. And then we went downstairs and like opened gifts and was fun because my niece and nephew are like old enough to understand the concept of like Christmas and gifts and stuff now. So it was fun to get to open gifts with like little kids. And then we came home and my reward for all of the days of socialization was getting to watch like the new Knives Out Glass Onion movie. So that was really fun. I really enjoyed it. And that was my Christmas week. So thank you guys so much for watching. I am very excited to get back into regularly filming Plan With Me's. I'm obsessed with like how festive and fun this spread was and all of the Christmas stuff I got to use like from Fox and Cactus and Papershire. I am just so glad I decided to do a Christmas spread. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and I will talk to you next week. Bye guys.